Back? Are we back? Wow, that's. Oh man! Oh wow! Oh, we're live again? Finally! Okay. Okay, our next question is how is your streaming experience so far? Yeah. Wait, how was. Okay. How is the affiliate program different before compared to the affiliate program now? Mm. Yeah, yeah. If I remember correctly, to get to be Twitch affiliated, you need to have 50 followers, and then you got to stream approximately 3 days, and you got to stream 2 hours, or depends, average of 2 hours. Oh wait, no, you need to have an average of 3 viewers, because those are the requirements for the affiliate, if I may recall. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, yeah, but glad that everything works out on Twitch. Everything works out with streaming and everything, especially on Twitch. And who inspired you to stream? Excuse me. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Anyone can be a streamer, whether you are a musician or a gamer or just talking, chatting on chatting about everything. Yeah, and it's so great that everyone it gets inspired to stream on Twitch. Whether you want to stream or not to stream, whether you are a gamer who doesn't want to stream but wanted to, you gotta appreciate that we got to stream on Twitch, and we gotta thank our friends and our family because they're also the reasons, and also ourselves for motivating all of us to stream on Twitch, not only to play games but also to chat and to communicate and to meet everyone in the community, and also showcase our talents. So yeah, it's so great to stream on Twitch and other platforms. So yeah, I have lots of questions prepared. So you have been through performing arts. You've done hula hoop, dancing, and so on and so forth. I just want to know, how did you get into performing arts?
Thanks for asking. My mom was very supportive when I was a little kid and put me into all kinds of dancing classes like jazz and ballet and tap dance and stuff. And then when I was about 18, I was working in a deli and I met a girl who did fire dancing. And I thought it was the coolest thing in the world. And I really wanted to learn how to fire dance. So she showed me a few tricks and I got my own set of fire ploy. And then around the same time, I met my best friend Roxy, and she is in a band with her now husband. So I wound up doing fire dancing and performance with their band when they would do shows. And we would do like 4th of July shows, and they live in Los Angeles and they do shows at clubs now in Seattle. But it was really fun learning fire dancing and hula hoop, and we would practice together. And but anywhere I moved after that, I always found other friends who were into hula hoop and fire dancing. And whenever I would get the opportunity to dance with other ladies, then I would. And in Humboldt, there was a whole troupe of burlesque dancers that had me perform with them a couple times. But yeah, it's been pretty fun. Um, I would love to have more of a performance based stream one of these days, but I've got like neighbors and stuff, so I'm always really self conscious about the noise.
Yeah, yeah, we gotta be careful with everything, or else we will get, or else everything will turn bad. But we gotta make sure everything's fine. So yeah, about fire dancing, how intense is the fire dancing? Was it hard? How hard is the fire dancing?
Well, the fire dancing can be easy or hard depending on how complicated you want to make it, but you can get balls that are attached to cord of some sort. Some people do chain, but you don't have to light them on fire if you don't want to. So if they're not on fire, it's not very hard at all. But once they're on fire, you might suffer some burns if you're not careful. So I was crazy and decided to light them on fire the first time I tried them. But a lot of people I know will practice for a whole year before they light them on fire. But I only have one burn that I can actually still see by accident. But that was like because I was performing for a group and I didn't want to let go of this. It was a hula hoop and it had a bunch of prongs that came off of it. And anyway, I kind of just like the wick touched my skin long enough to leave a mark, but I didn't want to let go of it because last thing I wanted to do is let go of a flaming utensil or anything.
Yeah.
So yeah, you have to be very careful and make sure that you have fire safety nearby and someone who knows what they're doing and how to make sure that no one sets in the fuel because especially if you're drinking or if there's anything like that going on, then people are more likely to do stuff like step in the fuel and light themselves on fire. And one time I had a thing happen where I was performing at a party and I was not drunk or anything like that, but some people at the party were, and I was just fire dancing in the backyard of my friend's place. And this one guy came at me while I had these like flaming poi. I didn't know what he was on, but he was like, "Light my balls on fire! Light my
Oh,
balls on fire!" And I was like,
oh,
"What?" I started to
oh
panic a
man.
little bit because I totally knew what to do as long as I was in control of myself and my own fire dancing and my fire tools. But in this case, the guy was crazy. I thought he was like drunk or on one, and he like was gonna
Oh
into
man.
my space bubble. And so I was actually kind
Oh
of
no.
scared in that case. I didn't know what to do. I think I just kind of stopped doing the crazy tricks and kind of let them burn down a little bit while I avoided that guy.
Oh, what happened to him
But yeah, you gotta
after
watch
that
out when you're
experience? What happened to him after that incident?
yeah, they basically my friend had to like usher him away so that he didn't get himself lit on fire by accident. But he was like kind of like threatening me, even though I was the one with fire in my hand.
Hmm.
So that was kind of weird.
Yeah.
But it was fine. They just like it was just a sometimes you'll see a drunk guy at the bar. He was like a drunk guy at the party that wanted to get too close to the fire dancer, and so it's always good. That's one reason why you always have to have fire safety nearby, and maybe a couple people that are aware what you're about to do, and make sure that they kind of like have a barrier around the fire. So luckily
Yeah.
there was people at the party that knew, how
Yeah.
to handle
Okay,
drunks.
so okay for everyone
But yeah,
out there
fire
watching.
dancing is usually good, but you
Yeah.
have to make sure you're in the right environment and make sure you got safety nearby.
Yeah. Okay, so for
And
everyone.
don't wear anything flammable. Like
Yeah.
don't wear nylon because if that gets touched at all by the fire, like
Yeah.
it'll some fabrics are more flammable than others, so don't wear any flammable clothing.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I hope everyone understand this. But for those of you who are watching right now, if you are close to the fire dancers, please move away just a little bit so that you won't get caught in the fire.
Yeah,
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 that's
watch
very
out.
important. And yes, fire safety. I hope that you have fire extinguishers in your area. If something is wrong, better in case of fire, you break the glass and use the fire extinguisher so that the fire will get away. So yeah, you gotta be careful when it comes to fires and stuff and anything flammable.